Today, we are going to see the basics of Google Colab. Google Colab is a very commonly used tool in deep learning projects. It allows us to run Python code on Google Cloud servers. So you might ask, why do we need a cloud server to run Python commands if it can be done on our PC also? So Google Colab offers access to backend hardware like GPU and TPU, which is not available on a PC. And because of this, the tasks involved in deep learning become very fast and it saves a lot of time. When we log on to Google Colab with a Gmail ID, we are presented with the following screen, and we have two options: to add text or add code. With the text option, we can add headings, while with the code option, you can write any Python code and then press the run cell option to evaluate the code. So as you can see, we have written a print statement here, and after pressing the run cell option, we are getting an output. On the left hand side of the screen, if we press the files button, we can see that we have 84.5 GB of memory. Out of the total 107 GB, 26 GB is used up and the rest is available to us. This 84.5 GB data is not Google Drive memory. Google Drive is a separate entity which provides us 15 GB data for our photos, Gmail and files. And the files that are stored in Google Drive is available forever, whereas Colab is a temporary runtime environment which has an absolute timeout of 12 hours, and that means that the data which we store in this environment will get completely wiped out after 12 hours. To prevent any data loss, we can mount our Google Drive to save the important data from the runtime. One thing to know about the Jupyter Notebook, which contains all the code, is that it is always stored in the Google Drive and it is available even after the timeout of the runtime environment. In the upcoming video, we'll see how to load datasets in our Google Colab.